All right, welcome back to the return. Superkickin It with Steven. Stephen A. 1181 on Twitter. Stephen A. 1181 on Twitter. I have not been around forever, so I thought, why not show up here on YouTube, talk a little WWE because I've missed talking about it, and we've had some Royal Rumble happen this week, Raw happened this week. SmackDown happened this week, so I thought, why not get back on YouTube and see what I can do and talk up some stuff. Just wanted to talk up the Royal Rumble as we started there. Trying to think of where to start. I know Roman Reigns beat King Corbin. I was very surprised with that outcome, but then again, at the end of the night, I think it makes a lot of sense since Roman did not win the Royal Rumble, which we'll get into later on. But, kind of a fun match. It happened a lot of different places around the arena. It I think the final pinfall was there on the top of the dugout, which is kind of a unique way of doing things. So I thought that was kind of a fun way to end the match. But Roman beats King Corbin, and of course, Roman got over on King Corbin last night on SmackDown. We'll get into SmackDown later on, but finish up some Royal Rumble thoughts. We went to the Women's Royal Rumble. We had Charlotte winning it. I think it makes a lot of sense for Charlotte to win it. I didn't really see anybody else. Maybe Shayna Baszler, who it did come in towards the end, I believe. Maybe she could steal the win, but I thought it was all made for Charlotte. Hearing different rumblings and rumors and innuendos and all this smoke and mirrors about where she might end up. If she does do the unique thing of challenging Rhea Ripley, I think that would be the best thing right now. We've seen her and Becky too much, so I don't think you can go for Becky there, and I don't know what Becky will do as far as WrestleMania is concerned, but I think you got to go probably Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Gives a little more exposure to NXT and, gives a pretty big stage for NXT there with Charlotte challenging for the title, even if she does come up short. Or maybe she wins it and helps out, stays in NXT for a month or two and goes down there and sees what she can do, and people can say she's shoved down our throats down there. So other than that, I think I was trying to remember some of the surprises we saw at Royal Rumble. It feels like forever ago, but it was only on Sunday. You got to give a lot of credit to Beth Phoenix, who whatever happened to the back of her head, her hair was the crimson color, as they say, for a long time, it felt like. So I know people are going to mock the whole Santina thing. I laughed at it. I don't really, care too much about that. I think Bianca Belair had a really good showing out party. I thought she was, showing up pretty well there. So I think I think Charlotte makes the most sense winning, and that's why she did win. So good job for Charlotte. Added another accolade to her, illustrious career. It's really interesting to see Charlotte how far she's come, especially when you watch the NXT days and kind of see where she was. Maybe not even that interested in, this whole WWE thing. And then to see how far, she's made it, people could say all they want about her shoved down our throats and all this, but I think she's worked damn hard to get where she is, really has. So I'm fine with her winning. And, like I said, I think it makes a lot of sense. Some of the other matches that we had, I thought Daniel Bryan and The Fiend put on a ridiculously good match. Those straps were, the lashes on the strap weren't anything to joke about. Bryan's back was a mess. So I never had too much doubt that Daniel Bryan was going to win, that The Fiend was going to lose either way. But there was a little, here and there. I was like, oh man, because I felt like if the route for Bray is him and Roman at WrestleMania, I think I'd rather see Daniel Bryan and Roman go for the title at Mania. I think that would be a much better match. I think you could really play off each other. I think Roman likes to go against smaller guys, and I think Bryan would love to go against, Roman at Mania. So, but I'd say the writing's on the wall. We're getting The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I think Roman wins the Elimination Chamber, and that's where he heads off to go there. So, whether he wins it or not, that'll be interesting to see. I think he does win it. Don't know how long the Fiend's going to keep the title, and then what do you do with the Fiend after that is a whole nother story. So we'll talk more there when that happens, if that happens. But as far as Daniel Bryan, I don't have any idea where he'll head for WrestleMania, right now. So I think he might be in the Elimination Chamber match. As far as that's concerned, he won't be at Super Showdown. He has not attended any of the Saudi Arabia shows, so I don't imagine him being there. But yeah, so we'll see kind of come more closer to the time where those guys are headed. But next up, we did have Becky, kind of take care of Asuka. I think that's one of the last, Becky kept saying she has this list of debts to collect. I still think Ronda is on there. I think Ronda Rousey needs to come back. And then, I think we do need her and Becky one-on-one at WrestleMania. Maybe Becky goes over, and then, who knows? Becky could maybe get people are going to say she's lost momentum. That's fine. I think the crowd was still in her hands. It does feel like she's maybe going towards a little of the heel side, and maybe that will give her some of that hot, the heat back, as they say. And, then people might start cheering her again. I don't know. And as far as Ronda Rousey is concerned, it should be interesting to see if or when, I think it's more when now, when Ronda comes back, as far as, what is she going to go face? Is she going to go heel? She's probably better suited for heel, but I think people have obviously missed her because they keep talking up her and, kind of want to see where she goes. But I think the money match, is Becky and Ronda at WrestleMania for the title. Maybe a good coming to reintroduce Ronda to the scene and have her kind of go on a run again. But that's, Asuka's the tag team champions with Kairi Sane, so maybe they kind of defend the titles there and drop them, and then both go their separate ways and kind of see where each one can go. Finally, looking at the 30-man Royal Rumble match for the men, Drew McIntyre wins it. Very good call. Once again, a guy that seems like he's starting to go on the face side, really getting the crowd behind him, and it feels natural. It doesn't feel forced, so I think that's the right thing to do. We got him and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and I believe he's going to go over Brock. I really do. I think it's time to put the title on him, see where he can go. Once again, a guy who leaves and comes back better than ever. He really showed out in NXT, won the title there. I believe he had a small run. It didn't feel like a longest run, but, just kind of get his feet back acclimated to the WWE ring. So, and then I didn't know if Drew was going to get back in this spot, but now he's there. And I think like I said, the time is right. Pull the trigger on it and kind of have evidence. So overall, I thought it was pretty enjoyable. Royal Rumble, not much to complain about in my mind. So I think, that's where we go. Let's look at Monday Night Raw. I'm trying to think of some things that happened. Obviously, we could go to the very end of Raw and then maybe work our way back. But the end was Edge, kind of announcing his back. Yeah, we can't forget about that. The Rumble, he made his way back. I am so excited to see him. I think it's really great that he's back. I mean, I do think, he had unfinished business. And yeah, if you got to leave, you got to leave because of medical. And I never fault that. But at the same time, just like Daniel Bryan was able to come back and kind of, go on this run that he did, I think Edge did want that as well. It's pretty interesting. Edge and Beth Phoenix both in the Royal Rumble, their respective Royal Rumble matches on the same night. I think there was a tweet saying something like Beth put out, got a babysitter, here's her Sunday night plans or something to that effect. So that was kind of a nice tweet to see from there. But other than that, Edge is back. And he's all out there. Orton comes out, Randy Orton comes out, and we're just waiting. And then boom, Orton takes him out. I mean, it was so well done. And I know people are going to say, oh, Edge should go against a younger guy. Edge should go against this guy. Edge should go against – I personally think you go against Orton, a guy he knows well, a guy he probably feels comfortable with. And let's face it, a guy who's pretty secure in the ring that he can feel his way out. So – Edge goes over there at WrestleMania. Edge can go away for a little bit, with the chair shot and all that. So Edge can go away for a little bit. I think there's rumblings that Christian could show up, have Christian kind of, step in. Maybe Orton, calls out Beth Phoenix, have a little interaction there. But I think Edge and Orton really does make the most sense at WrestleMania. Then we can get Edge versus Bryan, Edge versus Seth, Edge versus Owens, whoever we want to throw out. I think that's when you can kind of do those matches. But I think at Mania, you go the best route or go the safest route, and just go a route that you think Edge feels comfortable with. So like I said, I think people are all kind of, we're kind of up in arms about it, but I personally think it's the best call for Edge right now. And I think he wanted that himself. So I think we're good with that. Other things that happened on Raw, we had the tag team champions of Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy defeat Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. I think Samoa Joe went out for a little bit. Hopefully nothing serious there. You had MVP show up and kind of do one last match. You had Rey Mysterio defeat him. Liv Morgan and Lana, went there, and Liv Morgan defeated Lana. We're still doing that. Other than that, not much else really to talk about. Andrade takes a loss via DQ because he is away for 30 days due to suspension for, testing or whatever. So he'll be gone for a few weeks, and then he'll be back and all that. I think SmackDown had some stuff that, I think the big thing on SmackDown that, of course, happened was Braun Strowman finally winning that singles title. Probably a little too late. I think you should have pulled the trigger on a Braun Strowman Universal title reign or WWE title reign, but we didn't. So now we're going to get Braun Strowman as the IC title holder. We'll see how long this lasts. Nakamura loses to him. Don't know where you're going to go with Nakamura. You have the Nakamura, Cesaro, Sami Zayn trio. Maybe they just kind of do things here and there, but I think it's really well done win for Braun Strowman, and obviously the crowd's behind it. So, we'll see where that goes. And we did have the loser eats dog food or loser gets dog food poured on them. Might as well be the title of that there. But Roman Reigns and the Usos, which I'm fine with. I think that's a good trio to kind of run things with through WrestleMania. And then, like I said, I think Roman, obviously his road to WrestleMania is already set. I think we all can figure that out. But, maybe let him do some matches here with the Usos and, kind of build momentum here and there. Naomi showed up and took out Bayley. I'm going to assume we're going to get Bayley and Naomi probably at an Elimination Chamber. I mean, I'm seeing that maybe it's Bayley and Sasha at WrestleMania, and if that's if that's the case, I say go that route. But we'll see where that goes. We did have The Miz and John Morrison defeat Heavy Machinery, the Revival, and the Lucha House Party that earned a SmackDown title match. That's going to happen at Super Showdown, so that's in Saudi Arabia. Very interesting that The Miz is going to go Saudi Arabia unless something happens. Maybe he gets taken out before then, but I believe The Miz missed the last Saudi Arabia show, so I didn't know if he'd actually be interested in going there, but looks like he is going there this time. So, and of course, Morrison, I'd maybe pull the titles on them now. They're at Super Showdown here at the end of February. The Dirt Sheet returns, I believe, next week, so that should be kind of fun to see them play that up. Some stuff on SmackDown. I believe NXT-wise, we did have Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne win the Dusty Classic, and they'll go on to face the tag team champions of NXT. And, of course, my mind is blanking right now on who that is. But anyways, you could tell I'm not very – I'm trying to get back into this, so apologize if I'm rambling, of course. But NXT, I'll be honest, I have not watched it yet, unfortunately. I'm trying to get caught up, and then I'll go ahead and watch it. But other than that, things happening in WWE, and we'll keep going and moving along here, working towards Super Showdown. And NXT's got TakeOver Portland on February 16th. Oh, that's a Sunday night. So that's going to be kind of interesting give them one weekend where they'll just, they're the thing. They're the whole show. So I think that's kind of nice for them. Other than that, I think I'm going to call it a day here. Thanks for the live stream. Don't know if people will watch this. I think I got one viewer now, so thank you to my one viewer for now. Appreciate it. You can follow me, though, at Stephen A. 1181. That's STEPHENA 1181. Go catch me there. I do tweet out during Monday nights, during Friday nights, sometimes during AEW on Wednesday nights. I didn't talk much about them. Probably talk them up, maybe here next Saturday. I think it's a good day to kind of do it on Saturdays, this whole week review, since we got Raw on Monday nights. We have AEW, we have NXT, we got SmackDown during the week. We got NXT UK. So, yeah, plenty to talk about. And I thought, just show up here on a Saturday, early evening, kind of get my live stream going. And if you guys like it, I'll keep talking up. You could join the chat and give me things to talk about, and we'll have this happen again next Saturday. So thanks for following. Thanks for watching, and talk to you guys next Saturday.